In this video, I'd like to spend a little time covering the basics for reading and understanding your paychecks. So it might be helpful if you find a pay stub that you either physically have a paper copy of or an electronic one that you receive from your employer. So pay stubs can have a lot of information, which can be a little bit confusing to decipher. So it's important that you understand what is happening to your earned income. So the following things are typically on a pay stub. You have your personal information, which would be your name, your address, and maybe a few other personal things about you. Next, you'll find on your pay stub the pay period. So this is the span of time that you are being paid for. It could be 2 weeks, a month, or any other time frame that's designated by your employer. And the pay period is generally a few weeks before you're receiving the paycheck for that pay period. Next is the pay date. So that is the date you are receiving the paycheck. And again, generally there is a bit of a delay between the time you receive the money for the hours you've worked and the time that you actually worked those hours. So next on your pay stub, you'll find your gross pay. So that is how much money you earned during this pay period. But then from your gross pay, you will see the deductions that were taken out of your paycheck. So the amount taken out of your gross pay is Social Security, Medicaid, federal and state taxes for income tax. And it's possible that your deductions will also include elective deductions. So that would be health insurance or retirement account contributions. So it's possible you'll find those on your pay stub, but also they might not be there, and that's all right. So then you'll see your net pay. So that is your gross pay minus your deductions, and your net pay is the amount that you actually get to take home, which is sadly always so much less than your gross pay. And then on your pay stub, you'll see employer contributions. So that is the amount that your employer paid for benefits, such as health insurance. Lastly, you might see balances for personal time off, vacation, or sick leave. These could be on your pay stub, but they also might not be. So either way, it doesn't matter if it is or isn't. It's just something that might be there. So pay stubs also might use abbreviations for the items that I just discussed. And if you need help understanding what any of those abbreviations mean, your employer should be able to provide some clarification on that. So don't be hesitant to ask because they will be happy to tell you. So hopefully that cleared up any questions that you might have about reading your pay stub.